Okay, so let's start with an overview of what we're going to be doing. So that Friday afternoon, we'll be flying into San Antonio, Texas. This is where San Antonio, Texas is. If you didn't know, I certainly did not know when I was looking at plane tickets. We were going to fly into El Paso over here. It's a little bit closer, but San Antonio was really cheap. So we decided to fly into here. So we'll fly into there and we'll get on the road. So this is where Big Bend, Texas is. It's in this little dip of Texas. So we'll drive over. The suggested route is 5 hours and 52 minutes. I'm guessing this is pretty much desert. We might be able to knock a few minutes off of that because we're going to be in the middle of nowhere. The suggested route ends at the entrance into Big Bend National Park. The visitor center we are going to be mainly concerned with is right here. That's where we'll be starting and ending. But before we head there, we have to cache our first water on the first night. So we're going to come down this road right here. You can see some of the trails starting to appear as I zoom in. We're going to cache our first water right about here. So if we zoom in, we can see this little dirt road, and then there's going to be a connection as we zoom in. So this is where we're going to cache our first water. There are a couple bear-proof boxes there where we can put our water at. We can put some extra food if we want to put it there. But yeah, we'll drive out here the first night. Might be a little treacherous. I've read that this road, you should have a high clearance vehicle, but if you're careful, you can make down it with a car, and it's going to be dark out, so we're going to be really careful. We'll drop our water, and then I believe there's a campground right around here, so we'll stop there for the night. Get up, head back over to the Chisos Basin Visitor Center. This is where we'll be getting our permit. So maybe I can get the permit and have a couple of you guys drive out and cache our second water right here. This is where we're going to start our second water at. You can kind of see the loop we're going to be doing. There's a whole smorgasbord of trails in here. So taking a closer look at that. So this is the first day here. I'll zoom in a little bit. So we'll start up here. We'll head down this Pinnacles, go to Boot Canyon, and this is where the suggested route takes us out to Juniper Canyon, but this is where I want to add on the rest of Boot Canyon and East Rim, and also just part of South Rim right here. I want to see the lookout right here. So this is going to add a little extra mileage on to our backpacking route, but not too much. The suggested itinerary by the National Park Service is about 30 miles. This will add on maybe 5 or 6, depending on how we do it. So we'll do that loop, and we'll start coming out this direction. And then, so this is what the National Park Services recommends as the itinerary. So this is that rim right here, the South Rim, Boot Canyon. So as soon as we get outside of the green, we're into the National Wilderness area. And we can camp anywhere along here. This is where our first water will be at, so we can camp anywhere along there, camp at it. Doesn't matter, depends on how we're feeling. So we'll get up second morning, grab our water, head through the desert here, rugged, 10 miles, much up and down. Probably not nearly as much as this because this is considered desert. But we'll camp somewhere around here our second night. This is where our second water will be. So we'll camp maybe before it, and then we'll head back into the park, into the actual national park at some point or the next day. And then if we're feeling pretty good, we can kind of turn this into a short day and camp around here, somewhere back on the South Rim. Apparently, there's an awesome campsite right here, or we can just head in for the night and camp somewhere up in this area. And then on the fourth day, we'll go canoeing. So that's the plan.